Look, vertical video isn't just a trend anymore. It's literally how we consume content now. We're talking TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. This is where the eyeballs are. And here's the thing about the DJI Neo 2. It might actually be the most perfect drone for creators who are serious about creating that vertical content. But I see so many people missing the mark on how they're using it. So today I'm breaking down exactly how to shoot cinematic vertical footage with the Neo 2. The settings that actually matter, the movements that make your footage look pro, and the mistakes that will kill your content before you even post it. So let's just get right into it. Okay, step one, and this sounds obvious, but I see so many people skip it all the time. You actually need to enable vertical mode. So when you're flying with the DJI Fly app, hit them camera settings to switch to vertical mode. Now, why does this matter? Because when you do this, the Neo 2 captures footage that's already optimized for social platforms. You're getting full resolution vertical video, not just cropped landscape footage that loses a lot of quality. It's literally one little tap, but it makes a massive difference to your final output. So don't skip this step. We're going to talk about getting vertical mode in the 3 most possible ways. Firstly, just flying the Neo 2 with nothing but the phone. Secondly, how to enable vertical mode while using an RC controller. And thirdly, how to get the best vertical footage while using a set of goggles. So let's talk settings. And I need to be real with you here because this is where things change depending on your setup. If you're flying your Neo 2 with just your phone, which honestly a lot of you probably are because it's so quick and convenient, you need to know what you're working with. So when you're flying using quick shots or you're flying directly from the phone app, here's what you get. In vertical, we get 2.7K resolution, not 4K, 2.7. That's the max for vertical. We're getting 30 to 60 frames, and you can switch these depending on what standard of footage you want. But here's the catch, there's no manual ISO, no shutter speed control, and as we know, we get no color profiles. So the drone handles absolutely everything automatically. Now, does that mean that you can't get great footage? Absolutely not. 2.7K is still really solid for social media, and honestly, the automatic settings work perfectly. Well, if you're shooting in good lighting, that is, it's perfect for quick grab and go content. But if you want full creative control, that's where things start to get interesting. When you pair the Neo 2 with an RC controller, this is where the game changes. Suddenly we have access to different camera settings that were not available to us while just using the phone app. But even while shooting vertical with an RC, we're still getting 2.7K and 30 to 60 frames if we want that buttery smooth action shot. We also get manual ISO control, so you can keep it low for clean footage or you can adjust it for tricky lighting situations. We also get shutter speed control. Now this is huge for controlling motion blur and getting that cinematic look all while filming vertical. These extra settings are the difference between good footage and pro level footage. So here's my recommendations. If you're using the phone only, stick to 2.7K at 30 frames per second. Shoot in good lighting and let the drone do its thing. It's perfect for quick content. But with an RC controller, we're still keeping at 2.7K in vertical. We want to keep it at 30 frames per second, and we also want to keep our ISO as low as possible, usually within 100 to under 400. And if you're outdoors in bright sun, yes, you need to use ND filters to control the shutter speed. Now, the RC controller basically turns your Neo 2 from a quick content drone into a legitimate filmmaking tool. So if you're serious about leveling up your vertical content, well then the controller is 100% worth the investment. Now, quickly moving on to the FPV secret, vertical filming with a set of FPV goggles. Now this is where things get really interesting, and honestly, it's my favorite way to shoot vertical content with the Neo 2, using the DJI Goggles 3 or the DJI Goggles N3. But here's the thing though, there's no vertical mode available in the goggles. You can't just rotate the camera orientation like you can on the app. So this confuses a lot of people, but there's a professional workaround, and it's actually how many top tier FPV creators are producing their vertical content. And it's called reframing your footage using Gyroflow. Gyroflow is an app that stabilizes all your footage, but you can also shorten the aspect ratio of any footage put through this system without losing any quality. Let me walk you through this. Step 1, we want to record in the highest resolution possible. Now we want to always record in 4K or higher with stabilization off and turn your field of view to wide. This gives you room to crop vertically later without losing quality. And then we want to set our aspect ratio to 4:3. Now I say this because it's a lot easier for Gyroflow to convert that into 16:9 or into vertical footage. Now we want to import your footage to Gyroflow. So inside Gyroflow, we want to go to this menu and we want to select 9:16, vertical aspect ratio. You can reposition the frame to perfectly fit your vertical viewing. You have complete control over where your frame sits. And that's it, you're done. Now you can export your clean, stabilized vertical footage, ready for TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, the whole lineup. Now here's why this method is actually unbeatable. When you fly with the goggles, you get full manual control over your flight. The Neo 2 becomes way more dynamic and you can pull off moves that just aren't possible with the phone or any RC controller. The footage is sharper, the movements are more cinematic, and you have complete creative freedom. But you need Gyroflow to pull it all off. Yes, it's an extra step, and yes, it is worth it, absolutely. So if you want the highest quality vertical content with the most dynamic flying style, well then this is the way to go. Now the money shots for vertical. Let's talk about the shots that absolutely kill in vertical format. And these ones are the ones I'm always going back to because they actually work. Firstly, reveal shots. Start low or behind something, then rise up to reveal the valley or a mountain range. Vertical format makes this feel epic. The viewer's eye naturally moves up the frame and it creates this sense of scale that's hard to beat. And using this with follow shots, following yourself or a subject through the environment is super engaging. People connect with movement, and follow shots in vertical keep them locked in. But for major impact, drop the drone low, have it pull back far so we get reveals of larger structures in the frame. Now speaking of pullbacks, we want to start tight on the subject. Then we want to pull back to show the bigger scene. Now this works beautifully in vertical because you can show height and context in one smooth motion. Vertical is also great for orbital shots too. Circling around a point of interest, the vertical frame keeps the focus tight and cinematic. Now it's simple, but it always looks good. And if you're flying FPV with the goggles, well then dive shots are big. Starting high and diving down towards a subject, the vertical frame makes them feel way more dramatic. Also proximity weaves, flying close to trees or rocks while moving forward in vertical, create a really immersive POV experience. These aren't just shots, they're storytelling tools, and in vertical they just hit different. The key is knowing which shot saves your story and executing it smoothly. Look, the Neo 2 is genuinely built for the way we create content now. Whether you're flying from your phone for quick content, or you're using an RC controller for more control, or you may just be going full FPV with the goggles and using Gyroflow for the most absolute best quality that this drone can deliver. So if you dial in your settings, nail your movements and focus on the right shot type, well then you're going to create content that doesn't just blend in, it stands out. And honestly, for anybody creating for social platforms, this little drone is a no-brainer. If you want more Neo 2 breakdowns, settings, hidden features or creative techniques, hit that subscribe button. I've got a whole series coming for you guys, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Now get out there and shoot something sick in vertical. I'm Adam from Zone and Lens. You guys have been absolutely awesome, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching my video. And if you feel like you got any type of value whatsoever, can you please hit that like button, hype the video and smash subscribe, as it really helps my channel grow. I'm Adam from Zone and Lens. You guys have been colourful, and I hope to see you all in the next video.